Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello everyone and welcome back to English Cast Channel.
I'm Emma.
I'm Jake.
Today episode about the differences between British and American English. The goal of this episode is to enhance the skills of hearing and speech, both in the modernity of the actions and terminology that sing your cognitive balance.
Thanks for your valuable time. Let's begin.
Hey Jake, have you ever noticed how different our versions of English are? Sometimes it feels like we're speaking completely different languages.
Oh, definitely. It's pretty interesting. Like you guys call an apartment a flat, right?
Yep, that's right. And you say elevator while we say lift. It's funny because some words can really confuse people if they're not used to them.
Totally. I remember when I first heard biscuit in the UK, I was expecting something like our biscuits, which are more like soft bread. But in the UK, a biscuit is what we call a cookie.
Exactly. And your chips are our crisps, while our chips are your fries. It's a wonder we managed to understand each other at all.
And then there are the phrases. I once said I needed to call my friend, and my British friend thought I meant to visit them in person because you say ring instead.
Oh, yes, that's a classic one. And knock up in the US means something very different from knock on someone's door in the UK.
Haha, right. And spelling is a whole other story. We use color and center while you use color and center.
Yes, and words like realize with a Z in American English are spelled with an S in British English, like realize.
And don't forget about pronunciations. I was so confused the first time I heard a Brit pronounce schedule as schedule.
Oh, wow. And the way Americans say herb without the H always catches me off guard. We pronounce the H in herb.
It's fascinating how these differences developed. It's like English branched off into two dialects that just kept evolving on their own.
Absolutely. It's part of what makes language so interesting. And despite the differences, we still understand each other most of the time.
Yeah, and it's fun to learn about the variations. Plus, it makes traveling and meeting new people even more interesting.
Definitely. Cheers to our unique versions of English. It makes the world a bit more colorful. Sorry, colorful.
Haha, no worries, I got it. I've been reading about different holidays in the UK and the US. It's interesting how some of them are quite similar, while others are unique to each country. Do you have any favorite holidays?
Definitely. I love Christmas, which is big in both countries. But there are some differences in how we celebrate. For example, in the UK, we have Christmas crackers at the dinner table. Do you have those in the US?
We don't really use Christmas crackers in the US. They sound fun, though. We usually focus on things like decorating the Christmas tree, exchanging gifts on Christmas morning, and having a big meal with family. What about Boxing Day? That's not something we celebrate here.
Boxing Day is the day after Christmas, and it's a public holiday in the UK. It's a time to relax, enjoy leftovers, and often shop the sales. Do you have any big holidays after Christmas?
Not really right after Christmas. We do have New Year's Eve, which is a big celebration with fireworks and parties, but I think that's pretty universal. How do you celebrate New Year's in the UK?
It's similar here with fireworks and parties. Some people watch the fireworks in London by the Thames, and we have a countdown with Big Ben. Have you ever heard of Guy Fawkes Night?
Yes, I've heard of it. That's on November 5th, right? Something about bonfires and fireworks?
Exactly. It's also called Bonfire Night. We celebrate the failure of the gunpowder plot of 1605 with fireworks, bonfires, and sometimes burning effigies of Guy Fawkes. It's quite the spectacle. Do you have anything like that in the US?
Not really. Our big firework holiday is the 4th of July, which celebrates our Independence Day. It's all about parades, barbecues, and fireworks. What about Thanksgiving? We have it in November, but I don't think you celebrate that in the UK.
No, we don't have Thanksgiving. It's always seemed like such a nice holiday, though. With all the food and family gatherings, we do have something similar called Harvest Festival, which is more of a church-based celebration giving thanks for the crops.
That's interesting. Thanksgiving is definitely one of the biggest holidays for us, with a huge emphasis on food, especially turkey. Speaking of food, what about Easter? How do you celebrate that in the UK?
Easter is quite special here. We have egg hunts, and children often get chocolate eggs. Some people attend church services, and we usually have a nice Sunday roast. Do you do egg hunts too?
Yes, egg hunts are popular here as well. And we also have Easter egg rolls, like the famous one at the White House. It's fun to see how traditions can be similar yet different. What about the start of summer? We have Memorial Day at the end of May to honor our military personnel who died in service.
We don't have an exact equivalent. Our main summer holiday is probably the August bank holiday, which is just a long weekend at the end of August. It's a time for one last summer trip or to just relax before autumn starts.
That sounds nice. It's fascinating how holidays can reflect the history and culture of a place. Any other UK-specific holidays you enjoy?
I really like St. George's Day on April 23rd, which is England's National Day, though it's not as widely celebrated as you might think. And there's also the Queen's official birthday in June, marked by the Trooping the Color Parade. Do you have any holidays celebrating national figures?
We have President's Day in February, which originally celebrated George Washington's birthday and now honors all U.S. presidents. And Martin Luther King Jr. Day in January, which celebrates his contributions to civil rights. It's great learning about all these different traditions.
It really is. There's so much diversity in how we celebrate our histories and cultures. I'd love to experience some American holidays firsthand someday.
Same here with UK holidays. Maybe one day we can swap places and enjoy each other's traditions.
Thanks for your precious time. See you soon, bye.